What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. This is Media Reacts with JRod, and I'm your host, JRod. Tonight we have a treat, and I cannot wait to react to a portion of this video that I think you guys will find very interesting. I know I did, and it's one of those things where I had to just react to it. It was one of those things that just blew my mind. I couldn't believe what I was watching. And I want you guys to experience this with me. And if you guys want, I could do a reaction video on this entire video at a later time. But I really wanted to get this particular part of the video in a reaction because it is just, to me, this is incredible. These are the conversations we need to have. And I'm so happy that Michael Franzese had this particular conversation with a former FBI agent. This really puts things into perspective. And in my opinion, this exposes certain things too. And sometimes it's not what people say, it's what they don't say. And you'll see what I'm talking about. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
Tom, how are you?
Well, you've told us a little bit about yourself. I'll tell you a little bit about me. I spent 23 years as an FBI agent, all in Los Angeles. So I have no personal experience of working in New York as an agent.
You could already tell that this guy is ready to jump on Michael Franzese. I'm sorry, guys. I have to take a sip of my coffee here. It's good coffee.
And I never worked organized crime.
You know Scott Garriola?
Yeah, very well.
Good friend.
Yeah, well, very good. I was married to a cop for many years, LAPD. I've known hundreds of police officers and worked with hundreds and agents. And your general statement is that law enforcement believes, it's a pretty broad statement, that it's okay to break the law to get the lawbreaker. And I disagree with that. You're describing an FBI that I don't recognize. Well, I'm not going to argue with your experience, but in the Bureau.
Have you been paying attention to the FBI today?
A lot of people in inner cities would disagree with you, sir. I'm talking about the former FBI agent. A lot of people in the inner cities would disagree with you on what you just said because they've not been as fortunate as you are in certain ways.
I have been.
Okay. Will you agree that they've been breaking the law?
No.
You won't agree to that? Today's, not today. The FBI of the last administration has not been breaking the law, doing things that they shouldn't be doing?
No, I disagree with you vehemently on that.
By the way, for those of you guys who don't know, he's talking about the Biden administration, which I completely agree with. I mean, if he was willing to let millions of illegal immigrants come into the country, what would he have not allowed to happen? So I agree.
The Biden administration FBI, you say, has been totally above board. Comey has been totally above board.
I am not going to go into some broad political discussion.
I'm not being broad, I'm being factual. You believe that James Comey has not broken the law, you think he's been an honest and upright and law-abiding FBI agent?
I think James Comey was a good director of the FBI while he was the director. I think he operated with integrity and honor.
Listen, when the cops in this audience here are also having the reactions they're having, like this guy, you know that even they're saying, come on, like, even we know that something's up.
We disagree.
And he was widely respected while he was director. Do I think he may have made some mistakes of judgment along the way? Yes, I could say that about a lot of bosses.
Why did he allow Hillary Clinton to smash no, excuse me, I would have went to jail for that, and so would everybody in this room.
That's a fact, man. And I can't stand that there's still no accountability for many of Hillary Clinton's crimes and actions. Yes, I'm calling them crimes because that's what they are.
Why would he allow Hillary Clinton to smash all of her computers and everything that she had information on and not indict her for obstruction of justice?
My understanding of that case is that she was not indicted because they could not prove a criminal intent. Now, earlier today,
she admitted that they whitewashed her computers and everything else, all the information that she had in there. She broke her phones and everything else. She admitted to it. She did it.
Your argument earlier is that law enforcement will break the law to break lawbreakers, to catch lawbreakers. That's not my experience. My experience of the FBI is for every investigative technique, I had to get approval at every step of the way. Let's take a trash cover. For the audience, a trash cover is when law enforcement picks up the trash that somebody puts out on the street. I don't need a search warrant for that. But the FBI requires that I get approval from my supervisor in writing and articulate why I'm going to conduct this operation, what's the purpose of it, and then I have to document the results.
Are you familiar with an FBI agent named Lynn DeVecchio?
No.
Okay. He was indicted for murder, four murders, because he worked with
I think more of your guys than my guys have been indicted for murder.
Oh, absolutely, because we were criminals, but the FBI is supposed to be upstanding citizens that took an oath to protect people. But we were criminals. I'll admit to that. We didn't take an oath to abide by the law at all, but FBI agents do.
Yes, they do. And that's the point that's being made here, is that those that are taking an oath to abide by the law and protect the law and protect people are not doing that. That's where the issue is. And this man is trying to blame shift and project onto Michael. Obviously, he's trying to protect his buddies. That's just obvious to me.
And I'm not saying, I want to make it clear, I'm not saying this, I'm not throwing a blanket over everybody.
Of course you are.
No, I'm not. There are a lot of good.
You just make a broad
agents.
statement that the FBI committed crimes during the Biden administration. They Comey committed crimes.
James Comey did. James Comey did. 100% he did. James Comey absolutely did. I don't throw a blanket over everybody. Absolutely not. But to protect people. But we were criminals. I'll admit to that. We didn't take an oath to abide by the law at all, but FBI agents do. And I'm not saying, I want to make it clear, I'm not saying this, I'm not throwing a blanket over everybody.
Of course you are.
No, I'm not. There are a lot of good.
You just make a broad statement that the FBI committed.
I don't know if they wanted it to be repeated or something, but I did not do that.
Crimes during the Biden administration. They Comey committed crimes.
James Comey did. James Comey did. 100% he did. James Comey absolutely did. I don't throw a blanket over everybody. Absolutely not. But there were certain FBI agents that did not uphold the law.
I get that. Now let's wind this back.
That's all I needed to hear.
You have a certain view of the Comey years and that period. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm not going to argue that with you. But I am here to tell you, as from my perspective, from my personal experience as an agent, that we want to get the bad guy, yes, but we don't think it's okay to break the law and do bad things to do it. Now, can there be a problem? Absolutely. I know of cases where officers and agents, or to use an example of the FBI, we had a situation where someone in the lab was maybe shading his or her analysis to favor the prosecutor. Allow me to finish. I listened to you very patiently. So
I wouldn't consider how his attitude is very patient.
There is absolutely a risk that anyone in law enforcement could lose sight of their ethics and their values, and that is very much the responsibility of the agency and the leadership and the management to create the culture that says, no, to go to one of the points you made earlier, hey, you don't mind getting caught if you're caught when law enforcement plays by the rules. What I'm trying to tell you is that as an agent, your friend Scott Garriola,
great guy,
Great guy. He played by the rules. The
100%.
agents that I have worked with played by the rules. Do we make mistakes? Yes.
Okay,
Are
but
there mistakes of judgment? Allow me to finish. Yes.
I understand where you're going, but I have a very important question.
Go ahead.
Can you sit there and tell me that you have 100% belief that no agent will violate the law or do something unscrupulous to catch a lawbreaker?
That would be an absurd statement to make.
Why
There
is it
can be
absurd?
no
I'm
claim.
asking you a question. You're saying that in your experience, every agent that takes that oath abides by the oath 100%.
What I'm
No, of course they don't. Of course they don't. I mean, in any organization, you're going to have that, and I understand the point that's being made with that. But again, this former FBI agent is trying to protect his buddies, and you know, this is speculation, but he could also be protecting buddies that did violate the law and did do things wrong. Again, that's just speculation. I'm not saying that that's a fact because I don't know the man, but based off of this conversation and based off of how this man is reacting, that's a theory that I have in my mind.
telling you
Yes or
is
no?
that the FBI, like any other organization, every law enforcement, your organization, you guys violated your oath or you
We're
wouldn't
criminals.
be here. Right.
You can't. We were criminals.
You
You
vi-
can't compare
but you-
us to the.
you-
If you compare us to the
I'm not
FBI, we're in a
comparing.
lot of trouble.
I'm not comparing. What I'm talking about is human nature. Are there human beings that are imperfect? Of course they are. It's no great debating
That's
point
not
to
the
say,
question.
stop.
That's not
It's
the
no great
question.
debating point to
That's not
say,
the question.
oh, you guys, you had this guy who did this. Of course.
That's not the question. I asked you a simple question. Do you believe that every FBI agent in the Bureau does things 100% ethically all the time and they will not stretch it in order to catch a perpetrator? Yes or no?
The eyes are the windows to the soul. And this man's eyes, to me, says it all. Says it all. You guys can come up with your own conclusions, but to me, that says it all.
Yes or no?
That is what the way that question.
Why are you avoiding the question? It's not that difficult to say yes or no. If you really believe that he is wrong, then just say no. But the fact that you're not saying no makes me feel like you're hiding something.
Is framed.
It's a yes or no.
It is. There's no way anybody could answer.
Why not?
Oh, I believe every agent is perfect.
Why
Nonsense.
not? I can tell you people in my organization that violated certain things. They did it, that they didn't do it.
Look,
and I'll tell you, if you ask me that
what
question,
I
I
can
would say no.
speak to, what I can speak to
Okay.
is what I was taught in the academy. I can speak to the standards my supervisors held me to. I can speak to how my management behaved. I can speak to the attitude of the agents I worked with. In theory, I have known.
You've never heard of any agent that violated their ethical
Of course
standard?
I have.
Okay.
I worked for one.
Well, that's it.
I had a supervisor who had an improper relationship with an informant, and it caused a lot of damage.
Okay.
So to say that is to say, wow, we have to hire human beings for this job. No kidding.
It's just what I said. There are
What
certain
the
agents that
important
will
thing for
violate
the
their
public-
ethics to catch the
The
lawbreaker.
thing that I want,
Who knows? Maybe he's broken laws and he's just feeling the conviction and he just doesn't want to admit it, trying to fish or trying to get out of it. He put himself into a corner, quite frankly. But again, that's just speculation. I'm not saying that that's true or that that's what it is. That's just my theory right now, based off of how he's speaking.
you to listen to, as I've listened to you, and I want the audience to hear, is that the organization that I work for, which is made up of thousands of human beings who have all the flaws of every person, but the organizational culture that I was raised in, that I served, put a premium on integrity and doing the right thing. Are there agents that
And I believe you.
Are there
No,
agents? Yeah,
I'm gonna
okay.
agree.
All right.
I believe you.
Well,
and I
good.
think that you're sincere in that regard. But can I ask you a question? Why is it that everyone, all of America practically has no trust in the FBI right now. No trust in our government agencies
Many
anymore.
people have
because-
lied to Americans about the
Exactly.
FBI and about its actions
They've
and have
They've
mischaracterized.
observed the FBI.
They have
They've
mischaracterized.
observed. There's a difference. Not people lying. They've observed the FBI. Let me tell you now. I like Kash Patel and Dan Bongino. I know him. Very ethical, good guy with integrity. I'm so happy that he's the deputy director of the FBI because he has integrity. I can't say that for the last people. And all of America, a good portion of America believes the same thing because of their actions.
Actually, I think it's because they're being lied to
By who?
frequently by figures in the media.
By who?
Well, you're doing it
I'm
right
not
now.
lying. No, I'm not lying, sir. I'm telling you the truth based upon my experience.
What do you know about the Clinton case? You've recited a bunch of factually incorrect statements
They're not-
already.
Is this guy seriously defending Hillary right now? Listen, for the record, guys, I am neither Democrat nor Republican. I'm independent. So like I'm not part of any of the political parties. But I'm definitely not a supporter of Hillary Clinton or any of the Clintons for that matter. Why is this guy defending them for?
Correct. Tell me how I'm wrong. Tell me how I'm wrong about Hillary Clinton.
You're representing that somehow the FBI knew that she
They all know that this guy's
obstructed
debating
justice.
badly.
If we could have proven a criminal intent, an intent to violate the law,
What?
she would have been charged.
You need to tell
What? Huh? Are you kidding me? What? What boulder is this guy living under? Oh my gosh.
me that in
It's the same reason why other people aren't
You
charged.
mean to tell me in the Biden administration, they would have went after Hillary Clinton? Biden would have allowed the FBI and Comey would have went after Hillary Clinton?
You have a
believe
belief
that?
about
No,
the
I'm sorry.
FBI and the Department of Justice that somehow the Biden administration was dictating to the FBI what to do.
Absolutely.
That's not the
There was
bureau that I
politics.
work
The Bureau
for.
became too political on a national level. I'm not on a local level, maybe not here in LA.
I
but the
disagree with that.
the-
I believe that that has been alleged repeatedly till it's an urban legend that people
No, you
believe.
can see it.
Dude, oh my gosh. I mean, listen, if former President Biden could barely function when he was in office, it wouldn't surprise me if that were the case.
The FBI has been politicized during the Biden administration. I wish they weren't. Comey was totally politicized. Absolutely. What they did to, look, let me tell you this. I'm not, Donald Trump, I think he's a good president and I want him there because the last one would have been a disaster. America would have been, I don't know where we would have been right now, but I'll tell you right now, okay, there's no question that Comey was politicized to do what they did to that man.
To do what they did to which
Trump.
Trump?
Come on.
Well, I disagree with you.
Really?
I do.
Okay, pause.
Okay. You got it.
Back to your seat. We're actually going to add 5 more minutes to the clock for this. This is a really good claim. We're going to add 5 minutes. Not for you, Tom.
Ooh. And that is all that needed to be said from at that moment, them saying, not for you, because he didn't do a good job debating. Wow. Again, I'm neither Democrat or Republican. I am an independent. I don't always agree with Michael Franzese on things that he says. I do have a lot of respect for him, though, for many different reasons. But that was a portion of that discussion that was taking place, which had a lot of energy to it. Out of the whole discussion of this and that entire video, I would say that this particular part had the most energy in it and was the most passionate. I really enjoyed watching. But anyways, guys, that's it for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you never miss another video that I'm coming up with. Write in the comment section what you guys would like to see, and I'll see you guys next time.